Welcome to the Veranda Financing Podcast, where we discuss ways to grow your small business through interviews, inspiration, and practical tips. I'm Christine Mills, and thank you so much for joining me today. Today, we're going to discuss how to start your business in less than 1 hour. That's right, 1 hour, and you will have your business started. And today, I just really want to combat any type of resistance you may have to starting a business. And this is pretty much a no frills start. Like, I'm not talking about all the extra stuff that you might read in business books. I'm not discussing the intricacies of running a business. I'm just talking about the bare bones of starting a business, what you need to do today to start your business. And I'm doing this because I think that, this is always a great time to start a business. I always say that it's very easy. It's very approachable time. I think entrepreneurship is one of those buzzwords right now. People are entrepreneur this, entrepreneur that, startup this, startup that. But at times, I think people are starting to get intimidated. They're starting to get intimidated by looking at people's end or beginning, and they see their end and not their beginning, I should say. I think that it's very easy to see where people are 10 years later, 5 years later, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can never measure up. And what's the point? People are so far ahead of me. What's the point of starting now? But today, I really want to just encourage you to just start. Just start. You're going to figure out the how and the why later. But if you just start the journey, I guarantee you, within a month or two, you will learn more. And then a couple months later, you'll learn more. And 5 years later, you'll still be learning more. And I think that's why I like entrepreneurship so much, is that you're always evolving as you evolve as a person, as you evolve as a business. And what I've learned over the years is that you just have to start, because you don't know what you don't know. And that's the beauty of it all, is that you can start your business within 1 hour, but yet you still don't know what you don't know. And you can start your business in 3 hours and you still don't know what you don't know. So what I'm saying to you today is just to start. Have you ever wanted to start a business, but the mere thought of it is overwhelming? You don't know where to start and you're unsure of how much money it will cost. Furthermore, as you scroll through these social media pages, the entrepreneurs you see, like I said, are so ahead of you. And you're unsure of how you will fit into the marketplace. You may even wonder if it's worth it to start your business, especially when you see countless others doing the same concept. What will make yours so different? Well, I will say starting a business does not have to be overwhelming. I will walk you through the steps right now of how to start your business now, like up and running now. Number one, purchase a domain name. And I really do mean this, because you could register a business, but if you can't find a domain name, it's really hard. So think of a name. It doesn't have to be a perfect name. It just has to be a simple name. I find that 1 or 2 words are best. Some people go further than that. Like I like Veranda Financing because it's just 2 words. And, it's even better if you could find a word that you could create on your own. That's a made up word, like Google or Orbitz or Zillow. Just kind of get creative and purchase a domain name. I like GoDaddy because you could go on GoDaddy and find out if the name is even available and search it, buy it for less than $20. And that's your name. Secondly, register your business with your state and decide on the corporate structure. I prefer LLCs. I think it's a very straightforward. If you're starting your business for the first time, I say start with the LLC. I'm not going to go into intricacies about it right now, but you could do your own research. But I think LLC is a bare bones, straightforward approach to starting a business. Number 3, create at least one social media page that you can manage. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you think you could comfortably manage. I will also suggest just getting the handles, like you get your Twitter handle, you get your Facebook page, you get your Instagram, just so you have the name. Right now I have Facebook Veranda Financing, Instagram, Veranda Financing, and Twitter, Veranda Financing. Honestly, I am very dedicated and consistent with Instagram, but not so much Twitter and Facebook. And I used to beat myself up about that, like, oh my gosh, I'm the worst person ever because I can't keep track of all my social media pages. But I have learned to give myself grace. And I really do mean that. Give yourself grace on this journey because you're not going to be able to do everything immediately at the same time. What I urge you to do is to aim for consistency. So even if you get those handles so you could use it later on, it could be 6 months from now or a year from now. But after you get those handles, you try to consistently post on one or two of them. And consistency, I think, trumps anything. And right now, my goal for next quarter is to focus on my Facebook page and to grow that page. But in the first 6 months of my business, I only could pretty much develop my Instagram and my LinkedIn. And LinkedIn, I've posted articles. Instagram, the same thing. And I've, slowly developed my fan base. It's not huge, but I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the people who are liking my comments, who are sharing my posts. I'm thankful. I'm not looking at just the numbers. I'm looking at the people who have said, hey, I like what you're doing. And I'm thankful. And I'm learning with this journey, as you will, to just be thankful for every stage of it, every chapter, because it's a process and the process is part of the journey, and to enjoy that. So 1, purchase a domain name. 2, register your business with your state and decide on the corporate structure. I prefer LLCs. 3, create at least one social media page that you can manage. And number 4, start a website with a user-friendly template like Squarespace or Weebly. I love Squarespace. It's very user-friendly. I know people who like Weebly and Wix, but I use Squarespace for my website and it's reasonable. You could pay less than $20 a month. And I think that's very easy to do. Number 5, tell at least one person about your business. It could be your friend. It could be your husband. It could be your wife. It could be your neighbor. It could be your child. It could be your coworker. It could be your grandmother, your mother, your father, somebody, just to bring that level of accountability. It could be on your Facebook page. You could say, hey, I started my business today. And you bring that out and it's real. I found that when I just started that Facebook page or I told somebody like, hey, I started this. At that time, when I started this business back in November, I didn't know a whole lot, to be honest with you. I was just finding a way to use my skill set to start a business from my laptop. And I have learned to be comfortable with that unknowing part of it. But that's it. I just gave you 5 steps to starting your business. I'll repeat it again. 1, purchase a domain name, which again is less than $20. 2, register your business with your state and decide on the corporate structure. That's less than $135, $140 max. 3, create at least one social media page that you can manage. But I do encourage you to get the major 3, that Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and just at least manage one for now. 4, start a website with a user-friendly template like Squarespace, Weebly, or Wix. And 5, tell at least one person about your business. That's it. You can do this within an hour. So try that right now. And you can say you have no more excuses. You can do that for less than literally $200. And congratulations, you're in business. This is a simple strategy just to get you started. Of course, as you grow into your business, you will expand your offerings and business model. However, I find that the hardest part of starting a business is to actually start the business. The second hardest part is to stay the course, even when no one is cheering you on during the early stage. But let's first focus on starting. Then you will figure out what you need to do from that point on. Thanks for joining me on the Veranda Financing Podcast. Please subscribe on iTunes so that other people who want to learn more about entrepreneurship can learn and find this podcast. You can also find me on www.verandafinancing.com, where I provide other helpful resources to help you on your entrepreneurial journey. God bless and thanks for joining me. Goodbye.